Hello and good morning. Welcome to class. Today it's all about division, and we are going to do division without remainder. So on the board we have our first example. We have been told to work out 26 divided by 13. How do we go about it? So with this kind of a question, remember that this number 26 is the dividend and 13 is the divisor. So we are supposed to find the quotient and for us to be able to do this, then we must now start considering. Let me write the number down here as 26 divided by 13. We take the divisor, which is 13. Then we try to consider the first digit here 2. And then we ask ourselves, can 13 go to 2? And you find out that 13 cannot go to 2 alone. Simply because 2 is smaller than 13. So we will not consider 2. We will have to increase it to 26. We now consider the 2 digits. And now the number we are considering is 26. Then now we ask ourselves, how many times can 13 go to 26? In other words, we make a multiplication table of 13 until we get 26. Since we are working out division without a remainder, so we expect that 26 will terminate. We try out here 13 multiplied by 1, for example. What can we get? 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 1, 1. So this one gives us 13, and we are looking for 26. So we cannot take this one. We try next 13 multiplied by 2. Let's find out what is this. 2 times 3 gives us 6. 2 times this one gives us 2. Correct? So we have found 26. Since we have found 26, meaning that 13 will go to this 26 2 times. We now record 2 above the 6, not above the 2. Remember, we tried to consider 2, it was not possible. So we considered 26. You place the 2 above the last digit you considered. Then down here, we will write our 26. Then now, finally we take away 6, take away 6 is 0. 2 take away 2 is 0. There is no another digit for us to drop down. Then we can say that the answer is 2. The quotient is 2. And that one now becomes the end of our question. We try another example, like let's say 444, divide this by 6 is equals to. We will do the same. Arrange this work as a long division sum, which is 444 divided by 6. Remember, 6 is the divisor, 444 is the dividend. So we are supposed to find the quotient at the top. Find out by asking yourself, if you try to consider 4 alone, can 6 go to 4? You find out that 6 cannot go to 4, simply because 4 is smaller than the divisor. The number to be considered has to be equal to 6 or more than 6, which is the divisor. So we will not consider 4, instead we will consider 44. Then we work out We try to work out. How many times will 6 go to 44? You can even make a multiplication table of 6. 6 times 1 is equals to 6. 6 times 2 is equals to 12. As you go down, remember we are making a table of 6, so we will add 6 as we go down until we get 44, or a number which is less than 44. So 6 times 6 is equals to 36. 6 times 7 is equals to 42. And if you try to find 6 times 8, you realize it is 48. We cannot take 48 simply because we considered 44. So we need to pick a number which is less than 44, which is this one, 42. We write 42 here. Our 6 has already been given as the divisor. So this 7 is what we record above this 4. Remember we last considered this 4. So we write it above that 4. Then take away here. 4 take away 2 is 2. 4 take away 4 is 0. And you have to remember that there is this 4 here that we have not touched. We have not used it anywhere. So this is the time to bring it into the game of division. So you drop this 4. Then you will realize that the new number that you have formed down here is 24. You now look for 24 here. You realize that 24 is here. So our 24, we write it down here. Then this 4, we write it above. Then the 6 has already been given. Take away this one, you will find that it is 0. There is no another digit to drop, meaning we have already finished. So our answer is 74. This is the quotient. It is the answer that we have been looking for. Then finally, let's just do one more example. That is 875 divided by 25, for example, is equals to. And we have said this. Arrange this work using the long division method as 875. Then 25 is the divisor. Try to consider 8. Is it possible? Can this 25 go to 8? The answer is no. It cannot. So we'll consider 87. Then find out how many times will 25 go to 87. By taking the divisor and try to multiply it by some few numbers and see. For example, take 25 multiplied by 1. Here you get 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. So this one gives us 25. If you take 25, let's say, times 2, 2 times 5 gives us 10. Right, 0 carry 1. And then 2 times 2 is a 4, plus the 1 we carried is 50. And if you try to do 25 times 3, you realize that 3 times 5 is 5. Carry 1, because it is 15. You write 5, you carry 1. And then 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 you carried gives you 7. So this one gives us 75. Remember, we are looking for 87. And here we have 75. So we are almost. Let's try the last one. 25 times 4. 25 times 4. 4 times 5, it gives us a 20. So we write a 0, we carry 2. And 4 times 2 gives us 8. Plus the 2 we carried gives us 10. So that is 100. Remember, we are not looking for 100. We are only looking for 87. And since we don't have 87 among the choices, then we pick the number that is less than 87. And in this case, we will pick 75 because it is less than 87 and it is close to 87. We cannot pick 50, we cannot pick 25, these are far away. So we pick 75 we will write down here 75. Then these 3, we write it as part of the quotient. Take away this one, we will get that 7 take away 5 is 2, and 8 take away 7 is 1. Then remember that you have this 5, we drop it into the game. We are almost finishing this. Now, here we found out that 25 times 4 is 100. And the number formed here is 125 after dropping the 5. So we need to try out working out, let's say, 25 times the 5 and see out whether we'll get 125. So 5 times 5 is 25. You write 5, you carry 2, and then 5 times 2 is 10, plus the 2, it gives you 12. Indeed. So here, we have found out that this 25 will go to 125 5 times, giving us 125. And if you try to subtract this, then you will get 0, 0, 0. And there is no digit for us to drop, meaning that our final answer will be 35. Boys and girls, I'm glad that you have given me time to explain how we do it. Until next time, thank you so much.